Okay, so this is Lynn Lemaster with Prescott News, and I'm talking with Ron Williams about this week's big game between Prescott and Bradshaw Mountain.
Yeah, and this week is definitely the game of the season for both teams as Bradshaw comes in undefeated at 7-0 and Prescott's online at 4-2. Probably a bigger game for the Badgers because of the rankings right now, the AIA, where the Badgers are sitting at number 17 and Bradshaw is at number 2. So a win by Prescott this week would be huge, and there are chances for making the playoffs this season.
And where are they playing this week?
It's over in Prescott Valley at Bradshaw Mountain High School, and the Badgers have not had a lot of success there. You have to go back to 2012 to get a Badger victory over there, and that was a 40-0 win that season. The last two times the Badgers have played over in Prescott Valley, they have lost 41-15 in 2016 and 29-7 back in 2014.
So who are some of the key players we should watch this week?
Well, for the Badgers, Austin Clark, he got a little dinged up in the game against Coconino this last week with a foot injury, but he should be ready to go this week. If not, then they'll have to go back to the backup quarterback, which is Dylan Boyd. The junior came in and did a good job for them filling in, and but we'll see. I think Austin's going to be ready to play, and that would be a huge benefit for the Badgers.
And how about for Bradshaw?
For the Bears, Austin Gonzalez was their starting quarterback for the first 5 games. Some disciplinary actions between him and the school have left the quarterbacking position, go to Josh Grant. And anyway, he's 16 for 41 for 181 yards on the season with 3 touchdown passes. The Bears rely mostly on their running game with Anthony Mata, the 5'8", 180-pound senior, as the workhorse, averaging 8.5 yards a carry. He has 11 touchdowns on the ground. So look for a running game from the Bears, but with an occasional mix and pass.
So, Ron, what are some of the common opponents that both teams have played, and how have they done against those common opponents?
Well, for the Badgers, we traveled up to Flagstaff to play the Eagles up there in the Dome and had to go to overtime to win that one, 27-24. While the Bears hosted Flagstaff last week and beat them 42-7. So that's quite an impressive win for Bradshaw Mountain to beat them 42-7. Now, Coconino, both teams pretty much had the same result. The Badgers beat the Panthers 28-16, and the Bears beat the Panthers 28-14, so pretty much flip a coin on that one. But so it's going to be interesting to see, now that these teams are finally going to meet each other, how this plays out. The Bears are 3-0 at home, and the Badgers are 2-1 at home. So both teams have played their 3 games at home so far. The Bears have one more road game. What's interesting is that the bye for Bradshaw Mountain won't be till the final week of the regular season. So they'll actually get a week off before the playoffs start. The only way I can see them falling out of playoff contention is if they lose to Prescott, lose to Mingus, and lose to Mojave, which, that's a hard sell right there. But they're looking pretty good, ranked number 2 now in Division 4. Prescott, on the other hand, you're sitting at 17. You're on the outside looking in. A loss to Bradshaw would be critical for them to make the playoffs. All that Prescott has left on their schedule after Bradshaw Mountain this Friday is at Mojave, and then they host Lee Williams and Mingus. Now, those are all winnable games, but a loss to Bradshaw means that you have to win those final 3 games, and then you're still, on the iffy side of making the playoffs.
If they can beat Bradshaw, what are their playoff chances?
I would say it's extremely high, but you still have to go out and win those final 3 games. I think that they could actually lose to Mingus if they beat Bradshaw and still make the playoffs.
So do you have any predictions?
I think it's going to be a high-energy game. I think it's going to be a big play game. You're going to see teams trying to control the ground game on both sides of the ball, but I can see this coming down to a big play or two. Turnovers will definitely be a major issue, and so we'll see what happens. It should be a very entertaining game, a lot on the line for both these teams.
And the Prescott Badgers had a coaching change in the middle of the season. How are they responding to that?
They seem to have not missed a beat as far as the games are going. They lost their opening game to Desert Edge, which was not unexpected. The change was made that week, the following week, and since then the Badgers are 4-1 with their only loss at Canyon del Oro a couple weeks ago. So kudos to the coaching staff and the football team for keeping it all together, because a lot of times you'll see teams just fall apart when there's a change like this, but Prescott has done a good job keeping it all together.
Okay. Anything else you want to add?
No, I just think that everybody should get out there and get their seats early, because it's going to be a packed house, no doubt.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.